I really hope that y'all can hear me out there. I am really praying and hoping that y'all can hear a brother out there. Because here I am, I'm here. Um, mic check 1 2. 1 2. Y'all know what day it is, y'all know what time it is, and y'all know who y'all looking at. It's him. Welcome to another episode of Club Pizzle. I am, of course, your host, Don P. Y'all can call me Pizzle. Y'all can call me the Pod God. Y'all can call me Unk. Y'all know why y'all can call me Unk. I don't even need to explain that anymore. No need to explain it. But I'm here, and I want to thank each and everybody for their contributions and your continued support of this show and of this podcast. I greatly, greatly appreciate y'all. If y'all can tap in, I really greatly appreciate y'all. Y'all got to give me a second because I am really trying to get people to tap in. My bad if y'all tapped into the last one and y'all couldn't get in. I think I can hear myself. If y'all can't hear me, please let me know. If y'all can, or if y'all can't hear me, and I will gladly have to start this thing over. And I really don't want to do that. I'm gonna just try to get a couple of people in here. The people that I do invite in here, please share this thing, like this thing, tell a friend, tell your mama, tell your granny, tell your uncle, tell whoever the hell you can tell. I'm trying not to curse and I let a curse word out there, but it is what it is. But we are here, man. This is Club Pizzle. I didn't mean to hit the laugh button. Hopefully everybody can hear me out there. I am happy to be here. Again, man, thank y'all for y'all continued support of the Happy Hour Network. Thank y'all for y'all continued support of Club Pizzle and of Full Disclosure, which will be back soon. You know how it is when grown people have family and kids. Everybody's schedules don't match up the way they need to match up. Shout out to my co-host Jocelyn. She just had an event over this past weekend. Hopefully, y'all seen some pictures of that. Shout out to Jocelyn. It looked to be a whole lot of fun in there, man. It really did. Um, what a week! Pretty interesting week for me. Last week was my wife's birthday. Shout out to my wife, happy birthday and happy belated birthday. We partied here at the house, and I was on the ones and twos, and I had a lot of fun doing that. And I came to the conclusion that I really want to teach myself how to DJ. So I've been on some websites. I've been on Z Zounds looking for the right DJ equipment to buy to go with my Serato to go on my laptop so I can be down here mixing and doing my shit. Dang it, I cursed. I wasn't trying to curse. But yeah, that's part of something that I'm gonna do, man. Shout out to everybody who came through and came and partied with us and ate with us at my wife's birthday fiesta. We did have a blast, and yes, I was asleep by 10:30. I was out like a light. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Cause listen, man, at 40, being up at 5:30 in the morning and having to be up at 5:30 the next morning to go to work, you do what you gotta do. And as tired and as exhausted and as tipsy as I was, I still managed to do what I needed to do for my wife's birthday party to be a success. And it was a success. So big hand claps for that. Um, as y'all can see, if y'all been laying under a rock, and if y'all did tune in to the latest live, probably that happened a few minutes ago. if y'all are watching this live, or if y'all just missed it. But I am officially a wave runner. I messed around with coming back to music for a long time, and I didn't know if I wanted to or not. I was okay with my last project being my last project. I was okay with Unapologetic being it, and I was cool with Unapologetic being the last dance, so to speak. But Wave hit me, and Wave was like, "I got something for you, bro." He sent me a batch of beats. The pen started moving again, and the feeling came back. And yes, I have had that feeling, and that feeling has been feeling good over this past week. Pause. That I was able to write music and was able to do my thing. I don't have a concrete date for y'all. I may not have a concrete date for y'all. I'm just going to say y'all might wake up one day and this album is going to be in y'all phones. This Uncle Don album is something that is going to happen. This Uncle Don album is in the writing phase, the pre-production phase. So I'm ready. And y'all seen me on my live. I ain't gonna talk too much trash anymore. I mean, I'm probably gonna talk some more trash leading up to the album and getting to the studio and being able to go do my thing. But it feels good to get back to that and get to the music thing on top of the pod thing. And maybe y'all will get a happy hour special with me playing pieces of this album. Or, you know what? Let me just give it to y'all right now. The special announcement. The Happy Hour podcast is coming to AMP. AMP is an app. It's through Amazon. A bunch of people have their shows there. Joe Budden has his show there. I saw Nick Cannon has a show there. A bunch of people have shows there. My show is going to be focused on underground artists, Cleveland artists, and a lot of my underground friends. So, all of my Cleveland artists, all of my underground artists out there, please tap in with me. I'm gonna get y'all together. I'm gonna interview y'all. That's gonna be my interview show. Club Pizzle was never meant to have interviews, but the Happy Hour podcast will have interviews, and it will have plenty of interviews. It'll have plenty of room for y'all and plenty of room for all of my local artists and all of my underground artists who haven't been signed yet to come on, and we can have a conversation. I can play y'all's music, and I'm doing this out of the kindness of my own heart. I'm not charging y'all anything. I am not trying to leech off of y'all. I'm not trying to ride any of y'all's waves. I'm just going to tell y'all, if I call you to be on this show, just know that I listen to your music. I'm a fan of your music, and I want more people to hear you. And most importantly, I want my people to hear you. I'm adjusting my microphone. This is crazy. Also, all of my people, y'all watching here live, on YouTube, via Facebook Live, and all of my Spotify people, y'all watch on tape delay at midnight on the day after. That's how I'm gonna do this thing going forward. But the AMP show will be when it is, and also, full disclosure, we will be back. That is going to be just like when I put it out, midnight, 2, 3 in the morning, whenever I scheduled to put it out. But that's the announcement. The Happy Hour podcast on the Happy Hour Network is coming to AMP real soon. And also, shout out to my guy Ray Simpson, aka YP. He wants to do a producer battle with me. He wants to smoke, y'all. I am the playlist king. He can't touch me on a playlist. I was at my wife's party DJing it, and I was getting busy. Just wait till I learn how to mix and scratch and blend and doing all of those things. I'm gonna be him, and I'll probably be at a bar near you one of these days. But that's that, man. Let's get to it. I don't want to hold y'all too long. I don't plan on holding y'all too long. Again, this is my network. I can go as long or as short as I want to, and as long as it's short as I feel like. There's a few things I need to get to. I want to start with the whole Jose Ramirez thing. Let me get that out of the way since I haven't had a chance to really talk about it. I posted about it. The video is on my page. Listen, it was all cool. Yep, I mean, Tim Anderson was on some BS. We know that. Let me get comfortable. Tim Anderson was on some BS. He was on trash. Let's be honest. We know this. He was on trash. Holding the tag too long, trying to hold Jose down. Jose warned him about it. He decided he wanted to square up. He threw the first punch. He threw the second punch. Jose dipped the first one. And while he was dipping the second one, he threw a punch and bonk, connected. Sat his ass down. He got up on deer legs. Go Jose. Tom Hamilton had the best call of it. Stupid flies down here, man. I get sick of this shit. But Tom Hamilton's call of it was classic. It was beautiful. And I wish I had it here, but I don't, unfortunately. Sorry, not sorry. If y'all ain't heard it by now, I don't know what to tell you. But what's lost in the knockout is the fact that they lost that game and they lost the game after that. And I think they lost the game after that. And they finally got a win either yesterday, today, something like that. But salute Jose, standing up for himself, not taking disrespect. Tim Anderson, you's a sucker. I really don't want to talk about the Montgomery Riverboat thing. I want to save that for something else because I've had a few days to sit and watch that and enjoy the memes and all of that jazz. It was cool. Salute to all of those people in Montgomery. Salute to them. And I'm going to leave it there for now. But let me get to what I need to get to right now. I mean, if y'all are chilling, there's some NFL preseason action going on right now, but y'all don't really give a damn about preseason football the way I do. I really want to get to it. I almost pre-recorded this so I could get to the preseason stuff and watch preseason football. But we are here, like football season is here. The Browns got a dub last week. It's preseason, but yeah. They got a dub. Don't tell me it don't matter because it do. Tell those guys who are fighting for a job that those games don't matter. By the way, if y'all haven't watched Hard Knocks with the Jets, watch it. Hard Knocks is one of the best episodic reality TV shows out there. And Hard Knocks in season is probably going to be even better. I'm kind of hoping that Kevin Stefanski and the Browns agree to do the in season. Just because there are high hopes. I have. But I'm on football right now. The landscape of college football is changing, y'all. And I'm excited for it. In the last couple of weeks, Colorado has decided to go back to the Big 12. Shout out to Coach Prime. Oh, coming up, I do have a line into what's going on out there at the University of Colorado with Coach Prime. It may happen on Club Pizzle. It may just happen as a network special, but I am going to sit down with somebody who's been covering their summer practices and has been in some press conferences and can give me some insight. I got friends in some good places. But Colorado decided they wanted to move to the Big 12. USC and UCLA are moving to the Big 10. And the Big 10 decided, hey, I want more out of the Pac-12. So they put a call in to Oregon and Washington. The Pac-12, which was known as I think it was the Pacific Coast Conference early. They were the Pacific 8, the Pacific 10, and the Pacific 12. And this conference has been around for damn near 100 years. And it has been purged by the Big 10. They called Washington and Oregon and said, hey, listen, we want to expand our reach in our conference. We already on the East Coast with Rutgers and Maryland. We got the West Coast with USC and UCLA. Let's expand a little more. Let's get Oregon and Washington, the other top brands in the Pac-12 conference. And Washington agreed to it. Washington and Oregon agreed to it. Okay, let's do it. And this is all last Friday. Either Thursday or Friday last week. I think last Friday. So, as I'm looking at all of this stuff going on, I said the Pac-12 is without their 4 top branded teams. The next best team there is the University of Utah, who's been successful for the last 15, 20 years. Back-to-back Rose Bowls, back-to-back Pac-12 championships. So they might as well follow Colorado to the Big 12. And what the hell happens? Utah, Arizona State knocking on the Big 12's door. Hey, you got room for us? So now the Pac-12, as I sit here today talking to y'all, the Pac-12 has 4 teams. Washington State, Oregon State. Who are the 4? The Pac-4. It's Washington State, Oregon State. I'm missing 2 teams. Oh, Stanford and Cal. Which is surprising that Stanford and Cal are being left out. Stanford is a brand name. Stanford, as well as Cal Berkeley, both of those schools are highly branded. Maybe not in football, but people know Stanford, people know Cal for other sports. They're successful in other sports. They are academically two of the highest rated academic schools in the country. So you leave them out. And then this week, the ACC started calling, hey, we'll consider Stanford and Cal, which leaves Washington State and Oregon State just lonely up there in the upper the Great Northwest. My first thoughts were when USC, UCLA, Colorado decided to leave. I'm thinking maybe the rest of the Pac-12 or whatever number they were at the time would get with the Mountain West Conference, or they could purge the Mountain West Conference. The money won't allow them to do that. And mind you, I'm gonna get to it. The Pac-12 is only in this situation because of the bad TV deal that they signed. And they signed the TV deal to get their own network through ESPN, and all of their teams are leaving. The big teams are leaving. And their president of their conference is horrible. I almost feel bad for the brother. But it's hard to feel bad for somebody who makes a couple of $1 million a year. He's going to be okay no matter what. If he leaves the conference, if he decides to resign, he's still going to walk away with however many millions of dollars a year that he walks away with. If he gets fired, he's probably going to leave with a pretty nice severance package. He's going to be okay, so I can't feel sorry for him. What I have to say about all of this conference realignment is bring it on. I don't give a damn about a tradition that started before my granddad was born. I do not give a damn about the Big Ten and the Pac-12 playing in the fucking Rose Bowl. I do not care about it anymore. There are some of y'all out there that are crying and whining, I don't like college football anymore. What about this? What about this? We do not care. It is changing. The cool thing about traditions is they are made to be broken. And quite frankly, it should have been broken a long time ago. The NCAA needed a reset. The NCAA needed a playoff in college football 50 years ago. So why are we only getting a playoff starting in 2014? These bow ties and all of this bullshit that they sold people a generation and a half ago. Why is it okay? Why do y'all want to stick to that? Somebody help me understand why it is okay for these college bowl systems to be in place for all of this time and you don't have a definitive national champion every year. The national championship should be decided on the field every year. I'm sorry, I'm shaking the camera, y'all. Y'all got to excuse me. I'm real passionate about this. I love college football. Why? They should have known back in 1991 when the Miami Hurricanes and the Washington Huskies shared a national championship. They should have known right then. We need a playoff. But no, everybody wants to be so caught up in tradition. Everybody wants to be, let's stay here. These schools got to play these schools in this bowl. Fuck the bowl system. Nobody cares about the bowl system anyway. If it's not the college football playoff, the top draft picks are opting out and leaving school to go train, and they're not playing in these bowl games. Get the bowl system out of here. It has to go. It's time to go. Y'all seen this for the last 5 to 7 years. That these top players, if they're not in the college football playoff, they're opting out. They're not even playing. So the team that you saw during the year is not the same team you saw during the bowl game. These coaches are walking away after their team's last game in the regular season or conference championship game. You got a new coach in a bowl game who hasn't been there all year. These traditions have to go. And I'm seeing a lot of people my age ringing these sentiments about, oh, well, I don't like the direction college sports are going. Y'all know good and goddamn well these college kids should have been getting some money. These schools make millions. They were making millions. And now it's in the billions. The payout for these bowl games, the major bowl games, and I'm going to just go to the major bowl games because those are the bowl games that people really focus on. Unless your team or your school are in one of these smaller bowl games, it really doesn't matter. The major bowl games, Orange Bowl, Rose Bowl, Cotton Bowl, Fiesta Bowl, the big New Year's bowls. It was a point where these schools were making $30 million for their school just to make the bowls. And you mean to tell me $30 million, the players couldn't get nothing? Y'all didn't want to give them nothing? Well, they're getting free room and board. They're getting this. They're getting that. I am so sick and tired of hearing that. To quote from my man Alvin Mack, the NC double assholes. Of course, the players are going to do what they did. Of course, the players are going to take money. Of course, Eric Dickerson and Craig James is going to take money and cars back in the 80s because they're coming from humble beginnings. They ain't seen no money. Yes, I'm going to take the money. Yes, the Miami Hurricane players are going to take money. Yes, the Ohio State football players are going to trade trinkets for autographs for money. Why? Because they ain't got no money. I'm making this school multi-millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars. Y'all selling my jersey in a team shop. Y'all selling my face on a t-shirt in the team shop, and I can't see a dime from it? You goddamn right I'm going to take the money. Fuck that education. I ain't even go graduate. I don't need that degree. I'm majoring in television. I'm majoring in something that don't even have a major. I'm just there. I'm there for a semester, and when January comes, I ain't coming back to school because I'm going to the league. Football, basketball players, and we're speaking just on those sports. We're speaking on football and basketball. Those are the big money sports. Those are the ones that have the big multi-billion-dollar TV contracts. That's where the money is. So, of course, I'm going to take the money. Of course, these kids are taking money. They've been taking money for years. If I'm Maurice Colorado, you goddamn right. I'm going to do what I did. I don't blame any of these schools for any of the stuff that they did. It's worth it. I got my bag. I made y'all hundreds of millions of dollars. And all the fuck y'all gonna tell me is I get to go to school here for free. and I get $100 a week for food. I am 275 pounds and I am an athlete. I need more than that a week or a month or whatever it was at the time. Thank God the NILs are out. I'm so happy that these kids are finally able to make some money on their own. The one thing that I thought that the NILs were going to do were to keep these kids in school a little bit longer. Maybe stay there for 2 or 3 years. Yeah, I got a couple $1 million deal here. Yes, I got my shoe deal for a few $1 million. I can stay in school for a few years. I can stay in school for 3 years. The NBA one and done rule, I'm really not a fan of. If these kids are good enough to play in straight out of high school, I say let them go. Either let them come straight. One and done doesn't make any sense for the school because they're only going to be in class until they're going to be there from September to December. And then that second semester after that, they're there for one semester. And after that second semester, they're never going to school again. They're not going to go to school. Especially now I got a bag. I got me a little house where I got my little freaks over there. That's basically what happens over there. But people, y'all talk about this. It's greed. You damn right it's greed. It's money. You're always going to follow the money. So, this is the last year that everything is going to look the way it looks right now. Things are going to look a little different come next year. As of this year, I'm going to run through these conferences. The ACC has Boston College, North Carolina, Clemson, NC State, Duke, Pitt, Florida State, Syracuse, Georgia Tech, Virginia, Louisville, Virginia Tech, Miami, Wake Forest. As of right now, there are no changes in the Atlantic Coast Conference. They're going to stick with their 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 teams. The Big 12 in 2023, Baylor, Oklahoma, BYU, Oklahoma State, Cincinnati, TCU, Houston, Texas, Iowa State, Texas Tech, Kansas, UCF, Kansas State, West Virginia. 14 teams in the Big 12. What's going on next year? Texas and Oklahoma are leaving for the SEC. Cincinnati, UCF, Houston, and BYU are joining. They joined in 2022, and they'll be there next year. Colorado will be back, and they'll have 16 teams in 2024. The Big 10, Indiana, Illinois, Maryland, Iowa, Michigan, Minnesota, Michigan State, Nebraska, Ohio State, Northwestern, Penn State, Purdue, Rutgers, Wisconsin. Next year, Oregon, Washington, USC, UCLA are joining the Big 10. So it'll be 18 teams in the Big 10. Big 1, Little 10, no more. Ohio State, y'all not gonna win it every damn year, even though y'all haven't won it every year. The Pac-12 this year, Arizona, Stanford, Arizona State, UCLA, Cal, USC, Colorado, Utah, Oregon, Washington, Oregon State, Washington State. All of those teams are leaving, which leaves Arizona, Arizona State, Utah, and Colorado are all going to the Big 12. USC, UCLA, Oregon, and Washington are going to the Big 10. Cal and Stanford may go to the ACC. Oregon State and Washington State are just asked out for right now. they may end up in the Mountain West. Lots of changes out there. The SEC. In the East, you have Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Missouri, South Carolina, Tennessee, Vanderbilt. In the Western Division, you have Alabama, Arkansas, Auburn, LSU, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, and Texas A&M. Next year, Texas and Oklahoma are joining the SEC, which makes the best conference in the land even better, especially on the football side. Texas is on its way. Quinn Ewers, Arch Manning, the future looks bright for them out there. The independents, there are 4. Army, UConn, UMass, and Notre Dame. And none of them are planning on going anywhere. Notre Dame, big key. Don't expect Notre Dame to make a move just yet. Notre Dame is going to continue to stay independent. Notre Dame is going to continue, as long as they have this big-ass contract with NBC and Peacock, Notre Dame is going to remain independent. The only way that Notre Dame joins a conference, which 9 times out of 10 is going to be the ACC, is they're going to have to be squeezed into joining the conference. Speaking of the ACC, Florida State is leaving. Clemson may be leaving. Where are they going to go? Only time will tell. The Big Ten has been getting talk about them. The SEC getting a little bit of talk. Clemson, Florida State, and the SEC, bring it. I can see my Miami Hurricanes moving to the SEC sometime soon. We're just going to have to wait and see. Notre Dame is a big key, though. Notre Dame is the brand name in college football, whether you like it or not. They're independent. They make their own schedule. They have their own television deal. All of this is about the money. It's money, 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 money. There's no way around it, y'all. The playoff is going to be expanding to 12 teams. 6 and then 12. When the smoke clears, the Big Ten is going to be standing. The ACC is going to be standing. The Big 12 is going to be standing. And the SEC is going to be standing. Can the American Conference elbow their way into being a major conference? Can the Mountain West elbow their way to being a major conference? Only time will tell. But expand the playoff, get rid of these bowl games because your top players aren't playing. You got to do something there. You got to. I think that's all I have this week, y'all. This is a short one. Like I said, a lot of these are going to be short and sweet. Do remember the Happy Hour podcast is coming to AMP. If y'all haven't downloaded AMP, go and download AMP and follow me there. And just be ready, man. I'm going to be talking to a lot of my Cleveland artists. I have a few out-of-town artists that I want to have conversations with and be able to play their music and put their music out to the masses. So, y'all know what it is, man. Always protect your peace, protect your energy. The message is always more important than the messenger. And creators, be great. Stay positive, because negative energy is trash. Peace, y'all.